Imagine waking up in a strange, empty room with no doors, no windows, and a wall full of mysterious buttons. What would you do if every button you pressed revealed a secret about life itself? At the beginning of the story, we see a large white room with a Japanese man inside. When he approaches a wall, he notices something protruding from it. After a little investigation, he presses the end of that strange object, and suddenly thousands of baby angels emerge from the walls. A voice tells us that this phase of life is called learning. After discovering the truth about that button, the man starts sniffing his finger. He shouts, asking if anyone is around to help him, but receives no answer. He then realizes that pressing a button causes only one particular thing to come out. To test his theory, he presses the same button repeatedly and sees chopsticks stacking up. But when he presses the next button, a shopping cart appears. Curious, he presses different buttons and collects many items. While playing with a ball, it accidentally hits a button. He becomes happy because he is really hungry for a delicious Japanese dish called sushi. He begins to eat. When he finishes the food, he presses the button again to order more. This time, a bottle of soy sauce appears in front of him. Frustrated, he angrily throws the bottle away, saying it didn't come when he needed it. Pressing the next button, a huge backyard emerges from the wall, and he accidentally farts in its face. After pressing a few more buttons, he finds a book that he finds quite funny. In a few hours, he reads 5 pages. Then he notices a door behind him and feels very happy because he thinks he can finally get out. But in his excitement, he forgets which button opens the door. So, he starts pressing buttons randomly. After trying for a while, he realizes that as long as a button is pressed, the door remains open. He takes a running start and stands on that button so he can quickly reach the door. But before he gets there, something happens. He thinks hard and places a bouquet on the button, but it's not heavy enough to hold it down. So, he tries to water the bouquet by pressing the water button, but the water only falls on his body. Then he has an idea. He fills the bouquet with sushi. He carries it there with great difficulty, but accidentally places the bouquet on a different button. This causes him to panic. He makes a few more attempts, but the door closes every time before he can reach it. Then, by accident, a rope descends when he presses a button. He figures out that he can use the rope to reach the door quickly, and it works. However, he discovers he needs a key to open the door. He returns to the room before the wall closes. In frustration, he slams the wall, and a key floats in the air. But just like the door, the key disappears as soon as the button is released. When he presses the key button again, a dog comes out of the wall and barks at him, confusing him further because all the buttons look the same. Finally, he finds the right button and places a piece of sushi on it. He hurries to the door, but as he steps out, the wall hits him hard again. Frustrated, he throws a plunger to the other side, and with one of its buttons, an African man appears again. But now it's him. The door looks a bit jammed, so he has to put in a little extra effort. Then the wall goes down, but there isn't enough space for him to open the door. He becomes frustrated, sits down, and starts crying. He realizes how much he had in the room. Yes, he couldn't get out, but he hadn't appreciated the things he had while inside. Suddenly, he feels a gust of wind on his left. He opens a fake wall and runs out. It feels like he's running in place. As he runs, he enters another room where the light is dim. The door closes behind him. A voice tells us that this lesson of life is called practice. A fire starts coming out of a singer's mouth when he presses a button. The magic of a Russian magician fails with another button. The man notices it's like a backstage room. With every button press, amazing things start happening in different corners of the world. Somewhere flowers bloom. Somewhere an elephant is illuminated. As he goes upstairs, somewhere toast is being made, and somewhere humans reach the moon. He no longer needs to hold the wall. He too is flying in the air like the rest of the angels. A voice tells us that he has now attained the status of God, and now the whole world will follow him. By the end, he is all around him, and there is also the biggest button ever. He proceeds to press it, and the screen goes black. In the end, the greatest lesson isn't about escaping the room. It's about understanding the world inside us. Every button we press, every choice we make, shapes who we become.